So please subscribe to Indian Kurradu.
Kurradu, and click on the bell icon.
Yes, thank you so much. So when you say you first have to select the school and then you have to select a job. So okay, what kind of support do you get from the school when you're searching for a job? For example, if I want to do an apprenticeship, so the first requirement is I should be in the country for at least 1 year. Depends on the country. That's what you meant, right? For example, if I want to do if I want to do an apprenticeship in France, so technically I should be there before doing the apprentissage for at least a year.
Exactly, but it doesn't depend on your nationality. It's just that this year, for example, we people that have not lived in France for at least 1 year, they were supposed to do. They weren't able to do an apprenticeship, but for this year, I guess with COVID support and all that, they were able to do it. So these people are really lucky because I've been here for 3 years. Yeah, but usually it's the case that you would have to be in France for at least 1 year.
Okay, so in case if I want to do an apprentissage, can I take a 1 year master program or 1 year any course in France? Then I move to France, and then after 1 year, am I eligible to apply for the apprenticeship, or is it something that I have to have a master's degree for at least 1 year? Do you have any kind of rule like that?
It depends on the apprenticeship program you're applying to.
Hmm.
In France, so you have uh, Bac plus 3, which is equivalent to a bachelor's degree, and then you have M1 and then M2. So it depends on which apprenticeship level you want to enter. Usually, I would say that of course, there are many ways to come to France for at least a year, but for studies, it's probably the easiest. So what I see among my peers is that they did a master's 1 in France, just at a university that's not an apprenticeship, and then they did their M2 in an apprenticeship program.
Okay, so we have a feasibility. For example, if I do an MIM, maybe a 2 year master degree. So I have an option like 1 year I can study entirely in the school without doing any internship or something. But in the second year, I have an option to look for an apprentissage, like apprenticeship, right? That's what this meant.
This again depends on the school. I
Okay.
think it's quite hard to generalize, Shai.
Okay. Okay.
The important thing is once you have lived in France for 1 year, then you can search for these apprenticeship programs, usually for M2 level.
Okay. So, is there any other requirements that you should have this much of score, or you should have a GMAT, or any competitive exams like GRE, IELTS, TOEFL? Is there any kind of such requirement in the apprenticeship programs?
It depends on the school again.
Okay.
So I will leave you to find that out.
Hmm.
But what's great is French is definitely not a requirement. There are some schools that are taught, they teach their program in English. So that's very great for foreign students who don't speak French. I would say also that since these apprenticeship programs, they're quite popular because it means that you don't have to pay tuition. I think in general, they're a bit more competitive than entering normal universities in France. So in that case, you might need some certification or try to stand out more than other candidates. Yeah.
So, okay, even that should go through an application process where you should have a strong profile. Then you look
Yeah.
for a school which provides apprenticeships. Okay. Okay. So that means technically first you have to be accepted to the school and then you have to look for a job. So this is how it works.
Yes, I've known few cases where it was the reverse, but it
Okay.
was they did an internship at that same company, and
Mhm.
then they said that they want to continue. So yeah, but this is very rare. Usually, you find the school first. Yeah.